Hello and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Dani Vittori. I am the brand new news director here at LCTV, and I'm joined today by Chris Gomez from the Lynn Senior Center. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Of course. So we're talking about the new Lynn Senior Center. So could you maybe say what your position is within the center, like what your role is?
So I'm the director of Elder Services. I'm the director of the Senior Center.
Mm-hmm. So this Senior Center it's brand new. It just opened, or
Yes.
When did it?
We opened about almost a month ago for a soft opening. We're open for limited hours until we're ready. There's some little minor logistical issues, and then we'll open full time very soon.
Oh, great. So have you been involved with creating this new center from the beginning? Did you get involved later? Like, how did that work?
I would say from the very beginning. I got hired about a year and a couple months ago, like a year and 3 months. At the time, we didn't have a senior center, so it was part of my job to help look for one. And then with the help of Councilor Chakoutis, she does so much for our senior community, and she had a big part in finding this new property and this new senior center for us.
And in your opinion, why do you think it's so important to have this senior center?
Well, it's a need. Our senior center is a lifeline for our seniors. A lot of them, the only quality meal they get is at the senior center. Not only that, every city has a senior center. Lynn, we were without one for a couple of years, unfortunately. But yeah, the seniors get a lot of programming, services here, and they find out what's going on in the community. It's a place for them to interact socially, especially after the pandemic when a lot of them were isolated and may have been suffering from depression. The senior center is really very crucial for seniors in Lynn.
And so you mentioned different services. So what kind of services does the center provide now, or are you looking to provide in the future?
So actually starting on Tuesday, we'll start providing congregate meals on a daily basis. And then as we evolve and grow, we're gonna offer, we're gonna have doctors come in and visit, podiatrists, the public health nurses come in and they've done public health clinics. We're gonna do vaccine clinics. We're gonna do, as I've said before, we envision it being a one-stop all for seniors where they can do everything they have to in one place, hopefully.
Right, of course. And the different kind of programming you do, is it like certain nights you do certain things, or is it scheduled, or is it a little bit more like?
Yes, as of now, we put out a schedule every week and we post it on the Senior Center Facebook about the upcoming week schedule. Like, we'll do bingo, we do Fridays are usually parties, like they can listen to music and kind of free form. And then we try to pick one day of the week where a city department comes and kind of talks about the services they provide, what else they can do. And bingo is a huge hit, so the seniors love bingo. And we do last night we were at the Red Sox game and we try to do little field trips and stuff. But as we move and grow, we plan on doing a whole lot more.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, I'm jealous. I wish I was at the game last night. It was a good one.
It was a great game.
And I do have to ask, I was over there for an event you had recently, and I think it was a member of your team was talking about something you were doing with handprints. Did you want to talk about that?
So as we grow and, we welcome back our seniors to the Senior Center, we kind of want to have an imprint, and everyone has hands. We're all stakeholders in the Senior Center. So everyone that comes in, they put paint on their hands, and then we put on a paper and they sign it. And then these will get laminated and placed around the whole Senior Center. So it's kind of reflective. We see where we are and where we're going. So eventually they'll be all over the walls and everyone will have a little piece of their Senior Center.
No, that's awesome. That's a great idea. Have you done one? Have any of your team done one? No?
Most of the team has done it. I'm waiting till we do the grand opening and I'll do mine.
Oh, okay. That's a good plan. That works well. And so you mentioned that you have limited hours for now. What would those hours be?
So they're usually from 10 to 12 every day. we're really trying to expand the hours. Once we can get the city network over at the senior center, the regular hours will be 9 to 3, which hopefully will be very soon.
That's great. That's great. Giving them a place to
Yeah.
go, a place to socialize with others. Do you think that the pandemic did and still is happening, do you think that affected the need to get a senior center, or do you think that was always really a need for this city?
There was always a need, but the pandemic exacerbated it because, the seniors went to the senior center to kind of find out about everything, services that are available for them in programming, and it's just a need. We have a huge senior population, between 14 to 16,000.
Oh, wow.
And even we're averaging about 45 seniors a day and more. At our event on Tuesday with the state delegation, we had 90 to 100. So we're probably the most popular senior center in the North Shore. And our seniors, they really need it. They're there early, they stay late. We say 10 to 12, but it's usually like 9 to 1 anyways. But they love it, and we love having them, and we're really here to serve them.
Right.
Yeah.
And so since this is a brand new center, you mentioned that there used to be a senior center. So are you bringing over any ideas, programs that used to happen, or is this just totally new, brand new, like everything's different?
There was a senior center before where, if we think it was a good idea before, we're not going to reinvent the wheel, but a lot of it is going to be brand new programming and stuff, just to whatever, we're meeting the needs of our community. So our community is ever evolving, and we have to be as well.
Are there any specific programs you're really looking forward to launching?
Yes, our computer programming. So we want to teach seniors how to access the internet, how to use the internet. We've got several grants and computers. So once we're able to open our brand new computer lounge, I think it's going to be great because we're going to do a teach the teacher model. So then we'll teach someone, and then they'll be able to teach a class, and so on and so forth. And it'll be great because this way they can access the internet, they can access the news, they can access the senior center, see what's going on. And I think it will be a great help. And I'm really interested in doing intergenerational programming. Dr. Tutwiler's been in full support. The pandemic kind of slowed things down, but hopefully by next school year we'll be able to start some of that as well. And the congregate meals, I think, is going to be huge because a lot of our seniors, that was where they would get their real good meal, nutritious meal for their day. So us being able to provide that through GLIS, I think is going to be great, and it's going to help out a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's great. Those sound like really good programs.
Yeah.
I think a lot of grandkids are going to be very grateful that they're not constantly being asked how the internet works.
Yeah.
And is there any last things that you wanted to say about the center, maybe any events you had coming up, or anything that you wanted to let the community know about?
Well, the congregate meals is big. Next week we'll start that. And know that all seniors are welcome. Everyone's welcome. We have a very welcoming space. We want to be accepting of all, and we really just want to meet people where they're at and just be a positive place for the community. And summertime's coming up. If seniors have cooling issues or problems, they're always welcome at the senior center. They can come and cool, get refreshments, and that's pretty much it.
No, that's great. That's great. And just one more time, what your hours are and where you're located.
So our hours are 10 to 12. We're on 37 Friend Street, Lynn, Massachusetts, 01902. But we will be expanding hours within a week or two to 9 to 3.
No, that's great. That's great. And thank you again for coming on the show. This has been great talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, of course. So this has been the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Dani Vittori. We'll see you next week.